Okay, sorry, I was finding appropriate music for our current situation.
I don't know if there's a such thing as appropriate music for, like.
I
Okay,
think
that
there
works.
is.
You can never go wrong with this music.
Okay.
It's just appropriate for everything.
It's
Yeah, I feel
very
like there's-
appropriate for
like-
this
I feel
situation.
like I've
No
never
matter the
seen a
situation,
moment
just
where you
show him
couldn't
Penny Hill's
just use
demon.
this.
It's perfect. It's perfect for this situation. I wanna keep the music playing, but I can't take the game seriously if I do, so I'm gonna shut it off. Okay, so we are going to enter back into this, where it is currently, it's about like 5 a.m. in the morning, and Niscali was on watch when she noticed the frenzied horse wake up and gun for Aaron. Now, I can't remember if Niscali woke anyone else up.
I was yelling, so I at least tried
Yeah,
to
okay.
wake everybody
Yeah,
up.
so I think everybody wakes up at that point once you start yelling. And
But I have
you're
a plan,
kind of,
so can I do my thing?
Yes. First, I'm going to allow the horse to get a bite off on Aaron because I want to
Crit,
do that.
crit.
Crit.
Let's see it.
I was gonna do
Let's
something
go.
before it can act, but okay.
Down we go.
Does your plan hinge on the horse not getting to act?
Well, no.
Gotta trick the horse.
It's just one bite. I don't think Eric's gonna die, but
Let's do it.
Oh, my sweet summer child. No.
I'm
let's see here.
optimistic.
Why is the
Now,
horse taking up 4 squares anyway?
It's a large horse.
It's they're normally long, not large. Well, they're large, long, not large, tall. So normally they're only 2 squares.
Well, it says large. I'm just following the book of the good book.
I don't. I'm not arguing with you. It's just they only note it like once. It's what PF does.
You want me to do that?
It's
Oh no.
It's in the
Yeah.
the size table where they list large as
Okay.
large, tall, or large, long. And if they're quadrupedal like this, they're normally long. So a horse would only be these 2 squares, not 4.
Oh, I will definitely be checking that out, but not right now.
Yeah, it
because
doesn't
I've got
matter
some
right
item
now.
to do. Yeah, so it's gonna hit.
One off that lovely
Not
crit.
a nat 20.
Unless it has improved
Almost a nat
crit.
So yeah, you take
What's it say?
7
That's
points. That's improved crit. That would be hilarious. You take 7 points of damage as you wake up to a red-eyed, frothing at the mouth horse biting down on your ear, and it hurts a lot. And the horse is just standing over you, frothing, with blood pouring out of its mouth from the bite wound on your ear. So, Niscali, what is your plan? What are you about to do
Well,
to this horse?
I had to move closer, so there's that.
Okay.
And as my action, I'm going to cast Forbid Action on the horse and try to forbid it from making any type of attack action.
Okay. Command.
So
Are
we
you
need
casting command.
No,
Or
forbid
forbid
action. And you try to forbid it the attacking from anything.
Okay.
But it needs to make a will save.
That's
It
language
lasts for
dependent.
1 round.
Does it understand
Is
common?
it language? I did not.
Yeah,
see
it says
that
there
in
in
the
school
description.
compulsion,
heck.
language dependent.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's a trained horse, so I imagine it
No,
understands common.
it does not understand common.
Some animals
It
do.
doesn't-
So
Um.
I don't know
Ooh.
if horses do. Some animals do, just no common.
Well,
It's
the
very rare, though.
horse- Yeah, it is pretty rare.
It would
and
say on
this
their
horse-
languages if there's common. It just can't speak it.
Yeah, no, it does not understand common.
Oh crap! Then I won't do that, I guess.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, I had to look up if
Uh,
my intimidation was language dependent. Thankfully, it's not. I could just yell.
And
Yeah, it
instead,
doesn't. Yeah.
I just saw that it doesn't affect creatures. I mean, it affects creatures and not just humanoids, so I did not see that. And instead, as I'm there, I'm just going to reach out for Erin and cast Shield of Faith on him to protect Erin a little bit.
Doing that
So
defensively.
so you give the horse. Even if you
No,
don't
I'm not
do
doing
it
it
defensively,
defensively.
like the horse is completely focused in on Aaron. Like it almost seems like it doesn't even notice.
Like,
the rest
yeah,
of you
I
guys.
cast spells like when we were fighting the big thing, and the horse didn't care. So I'm just not doing this. I'm just casting this
Fair enough.
right next to it.
So you reach
So
down.
Erin
touch
gets
Aaron,
+2
and
deflection bonus to AC.
yeah, a shimmering blue barrier envelops Aaron.
He probably doesn't have mage armor
That's-
anymore. Oh no, this is straight off the bat. Never mind.
I'll just we don't have to.
This
roll
is
initiative
straight out.
for
It's been
this.
like a couple hours or something.
Yeah, but
I'll
his
just
mage
do-
his mage armor would last 4. I don't think we've been asleep for 4.
You have you woke up during the second shift, and no, wait, it was the third shift.
Third shift, yeah.
Yeah, it was the third shift, and this is the last shift. Okay, yeah, he still has his armor on. But the armor gives armor bonus, and this is deflection bonus, so I think they stack. In
They
any
should, yeah.
case, we are
Deflection
going to
doesn't
say-
stack.
with armor bonus.
Oh no, it
Because
does.
armor
It
bonus-
does. Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought you meant
because-
deflection with deflection.
No, if
Yeah.
if you had a ring of protection +2, then Shield of Faith would be useless.
Yeah.
But so we are going to say that it is Aaron's turn as you wake
Well,
up.
can
to
I
a horse.
do like say anything or?
Oh yeah, you can say it's
I'm
a free
just gonna
action to
like
speak.
tell Erin to
It's-
take my hat. Take my hat. Use take my hat. Use my hat. This seems to work.
Grab the hat. Oh wait, your hat's
Okay.
the disguise self hat, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's a yeah.
Yeah, that's the hat.
That's what I mean.
So
That's why I'm telling you to take my hat.
Plop a hat on my head.
okay, so you
And
take
turn into
the
somebody else.
okay, so you don the hat and turn into somebody else.
It takes a standard
So you-
action to use it. Still, I'm pretty sure.
That's fine.
I could say that it would be like a move action to just grab the hat from Niscali.
I was talking about
And-
activating it.
Yeah, it's a standard to activate. So yeah, you grab the hat and activate it, turning into a somebody else. So you turn into John Person, the normalest human you've ever seen.
Yep.
John number 4.
Sounds good.
And you are now John Person. And the horse seems to react kind of confused.
I would think
And
so.
doesn't quite know what to do. I'm going to continue in the initiative order because this is all happening in the same 6-second span. So, Cadence, you are waking up to a horse being all aggressive and stuff.
I take it we can tell that the horse is confused at the new look of Aaron.
Yes, but you do also see it and Aaron bleeding a bit, as though the horse hath bit him.
Could I roll spellcraft to see what's happened?
Yeah, go ahead. Nah, you don't know. You're not sure. Seems weird. Almost like it's under the effects of some kind of compulsion, but you're not entirely sure what.
My skills as an accountant aren't going to help with this.
No. This is out of your accountant skills.
You could offer the horse to help it with its 401k and planning for the future.
Yeah, there you
Do you guys
Jesus,
offer the
brother.
horse a 401k? Because you guys are its employer. Also, does the horse have benefits? Does it get insurance?
Gets very bad insurance.
What about vacation days? Dental?
Well, yeah,
Oh,
you know,
God.
let's offer the horse a 401k first, and then see where it goes. See
Uh,
how
the
the horse counter offers.
Like if we run down this path, then they'll all demand rights, and right now horses. aren't being
The
entitled.
horse is going to talk to the other horse, and they are going to start unionizing. But that is going to take a few full round actions. So you guys have a few
Yeah.
turns before they unionize.
Okay, so we have time to bring in the strike busters then.
Yeah, definitely. Or if
Okay.
you want, you can always find some horse scabs.
That is certainly a possibility. We probably won't have to extend the scabs a 401k either.
Okay, I guess I'm just gonna start trying to intimidate the horse back into submission.
Diplomatize the horses.
Well, it's not diplomacy; it's intimidate.
Trying to scare the horse.
It runs away. You
Oh,
know
is that
how
a
to
natural
roll.
one? Oof.
Good thing it doesn't matter.
Ooh. Yeah.
50 plus wisdom. That's gonna be. It has surprisingly good wisdom, poor hit dice, and it's 10. So, how do you intimidate this horse? Do you just go like unions are overrated and it gets all scared and stuff?
I slap it on the nose and yell at it in a very demonic voice.
Okay, so you slap it on the nose and yell in this deep, guttural, demonic voice, and the horse kind of backs away from you, looking quite scared, and seems to have taken its mind off of Aaron. Its eyes no longer red. And that is going to be your turn, so we are going to say it is Steve's turn. So what do you do now, Steve, as this horse is backing away from Cadence and Aaron?
I am going to be getting into a position to grapple the fuck out of the horse should it try to attack Aaron again.
Okay, so the horse, on its turn, it is going to kind of, it looks at Cadence and kind of backs away from his like deep guttural voice, and then it kind of looks
It's
towards
offers
where
some
Aaron was. Yeah, it wants his 401k, and it looks towards Aaron, and it's kind of looking at him like confused, like what's going on, and it doesn't see Aaron anywhere, so it's just gonna back off and go over to the other horses, looking confused and scared and more emotions than the horse is equipped to deal with. So what do you guys want to do now?
Aaron, why is the horse obsessed with you?
My magic might have affected it.
Might have.
It did affect, okay?
All right. Well,
Well, it seems to only want to eat your face, so if you look different, it should be fine. So you just hold on to the
looks
hat
like-
for now, I guess.
Gonna have to find a way to hide my face until we get to the town. Then we could sell another useless horse.
Be able to trade it in the city.
Yeah.
well, we should come up with another plan for the time being because Nescali will need his hat before we reach the next town.
I still have my disguise kit. I can just go manual again for now. And on the road, it doesn't
Alright.
really matter all that much anyway.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
Alrighty then, so you guys are going to start heading out again after popping up a disguise on Muscali?
Well, we're still in the middle of the way there, right? This was the first night out or something?
I think this was the second night. Let me double check.
Like, how much do we have still? Because I'm not gonna use disguise on the road. Doesn't really matter that much. Just before we get to the city or town
Yeah,
or whatever it is.
you guys were about a 2-day journey away from Hamlet at this point. It was.
Yeah, I'm
wasn't
just
it
gonna
4
use
days
that
in
right
total?
before Hamlet.
No, it was 3 days. It was 3 days in total. So this is day 2. So there's a day's ride left to Hamlet.
And I'm also going to use Cure Light Wounds on Aaron.
Oh, I thank you.
So yeah, you guys project that you will be landing in Hamlet at around nightfall.
While he is healing Aaron, I want to detect good on all the horses.
Okay. There is. Let's see here. You don't detect any good in any of the horses.
All right.
They're all evil.
They could also be
Horses
neutral.
normally, of course,
They're
it's
probably
normally
neutral. I know.
Yeah, no offense to any horses out there, but there's no good in these horses.
I could just start smiting them, see who gets smited.
Poor horses.
No, my
Okay,
smite
so-
would probably kill them. Actually, no, I can do smite
Yeah.
non-lethally. I could just knock them out.
Yes. Still, if you crit, you could go like.
Yeah.
You could go. Well, I don't know. You'd have to do like 30. You'd have to do like 47 points of damage to kill with non-lethal in one hit. So, unlikely. Okay, so you guys saddle the horses back up and start heading down the road towards a hamlet. And the journey is long and the road is bumpy, but when nightfall is approaching, you eventually make it to hamlet. It is about maybe 21, not 21, it's about 9 or 8 p.m. The town of Hamlet certainly lives up to its name. A small farming village dotted with few buildings, a general store, an inn, an apothecary's, and a blacksmith. And currently there is very little happening in the streets. There are a few lights on in a few buildings, most notably the inn, but really nowhere else.
Before we get to town, I'm going to attempt my disguise.
Go ahead.
I shall aid. I automatically aid, so you get +2.
Ooh.
70! Someone might not realize I'm actually a goblin.
What was it? Was it a perception check or sense motive? I cannot remember.
It's perception for this guys.
It is perception. Okay. Okie doke. So yeah, you guys head into the town of Hamlet, and I'm assuming you head straight for the inn.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah?
That's all I
Sounds
need.
about right.
Just need the yes. So
What time of day is it again?
it is about 10 p.m. 9, maybe 10
They'll
p.m.
get to deal with the horse.
Oh yeah.
You can
Yeah.
take him to the stable, swap him out for a different one.
Well, I was thinking we'd just sell him and get a different horse.
That's exactly what swapping it would be.
Yeah. You just traded in for a different horse.
Right. Well. Yes, we'll do that
What we
first thing in
could
the
do-
morning.
Is we trade all the horses to make it look like we just want fresh horses so nobody suspects there's anything wrong with the horse. If we just want one horse, they might be like, what about the other horses? Like, why are you just swapping this one? I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much. I'm probably thinking too much.
There's obviously nothing wrong with this horse. It is obviously quite excellent, as long as you're not named Aaron.
Pretty much.
Yes.
Or don't have the face
It
of
was
an
merely
Aaron.
my magic that affected it,
Yep.
and its only problem is with me.
Maybe it just never liked you, and those feelings finally came to a breaking point, and it just snapped. It's always a possibility. As you guys head into the tavern, you're greeted by an old-looking man. He's got 2 front teeth missing, and he's got this bushy kind of mutton chops. He's quite skinny, and he's wearing a leather apron and some cloth beneath it. And he, as he looks at you enter into the shop, he goes, "Well, howdy, folks. Ain't often we get travelers here in Hamlet, lest you're heading out to sea. Are you looking for a room?"
We are indeed looking for a room, please.
Unfortunately, we've been mighty set up by lots of folk these past few days, and I ain't got nothing left except a fancy room. It'll cost you a pretty penny.
How much is a pretty penny?
It's 2 gold pieces a person for the night. Wait, no,
Wow,
not per
that's-
person. It's a room.
Yeah,
It's
that's about
2
a
gold
question.
pieces in total.
Why, 2 gold pieces? That's practically highway robbery.
Why, I'm sorry. I'd offer you a different room, but ain't got the room.
I presume that this is going to be your finest suite?
Why, yes. It is the finest of luxury found here in Hamlet.
What race is the innkeeper?
He is a human man.
Do not kill the human man.
I
Even
will
if you
drop
really want
2
to.
gold pieces on the counter.
Why, thank you kindly. Are yous folks also looking to eat for the night?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Thankfully, it comes with the room, so I'll be bringing you your food in just a few.
Mhm.
Aside from you, the innkeeper heads back behind in the behind parts, probably the kitchen part of the establishment. And aside from you guys, there are very few people in this hero tavern. There is 1 or 2 what looks to be farmers, and one like older, fatter gentleman with a pair of spectacles on his face. But aside from that, almost nobody's in here.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's 10 o'clock on a, I don't want to say work day, but, you know.
I think it's a work day. 1 sec. Let's see here. Well, yeah, there's...
You
No,
have to,
no,
you have to press that
actually,
one
no.
day, I think.
I just advanced it.
Oh. I don't know what Ephraim is on the
So-
calendar.
Ephraim is a month. It is currently end day. Tomorrow is Sunday, and Sunday is usually just a relaxation day. It's Sunday. Like, it's Sunday.
Sunday,
So-
Sunday, Sunday.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Monster Truck Rally.
Is
So,
there
yeah.
a fireplace at this inn?
No, there is not. Fireplaces are fairly expensive, at least relative to a shitty little farming village.
That has a ton of people pass through it, like all the time on the way to a port. I'm confused.
Aaron,
Yeah.
would you mind using prestidigitation to dry me up?
Oh. Well, I just clicked. There's a button there. The fuck? Of course. Boop. There you go.
Thank you. The lack of fire would have made it a long process.
True.
So you guys, you guys eat your fill once the food comes. It is some sort of stew with some sort of meat in it. It tastes very much okay at best. And then some ale. And then after you have eaten your fill, I'm assuming you all head to bed, or is there anything you guys would like to do?
You guys should get rid of that horse.
In the morning when the shops are open.
Yeah, and I won't come with you.
Yeah, no, you won't. You will stay in the inn. You will do your wizardly things. We will go take care of the horse.
Good
It will go live on a farm far away from here, and you'll never see it again.
You say that, but I feel like next week I'll just run into it walking down the street.
I mean, we're gonna kill it.
Oh, okay.
Go turn into lasagna.
What?
I have heard horse
horse
tastes
meat.
pretty good.
There was a time in Britain where one of our shops was selling horse meat lasagna without telling people it was horse meat.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
wasn't
think it
this
was,
like a big thing?
Yep.
Like,
I think it was
was it-
Tesco doing that.
Yep.
like I heard of a big old scandal like a few years back where it was like, oh, it's horse meat, and people were
Yeah.
freaking out.
I mean, it's just meat like any other meat.
Yeah,
I heard
yeah,
horse
I think
tastes
Like
really
here, it's
good.
very normal to have like wurst made of horse meat.
It's pretty much just people
like, I think-
overreacting. It was more just because we weren't told it was what it was, I think. More
Yeah.
than it being
Yeah.
I think
horse.
like I think the controversy was that people were being told it was a certain meat when it was in fact horse. Like it was like, we're selling this as beef, or like we're selling this as chicken, and then it was horse, and people were like, well, I didn't buy horse, I bought
Mm.
beef.
I thought I was buying
If
beef
you
lasagna.
if you mistake horse meat for chicken, that's your fault.
I mean, yeah, but
Tastes like
yeah,
chicken.
It tastes like chicken, much like everything else in the world.
Every time we had a foreign exchange student from a country where they could eat horse, they would always get really mad that you couldn't get horse in America. I'm pretty sure it's actually illegal to butcher a horse here.
That's ridiculous. Like,
Hmm.
you holocaust like chickens every day, but a horse
They're-
is not okay. That's
They're
rude.
for whatever reason they fall underneath the like protected like pets stuff like dogs and cats. Like you can't eat dogs and cats. You can't serve dogs and cats in a restaurant. That's illegal.
That's super weird, but what do I know? Okay, so yeah, you guys, after a long and healthy discussion on the merits of horse meat, you guys head to bed and wake up refreshed, like about 8, 9 in the morning. And who's going to this horse exchangery?
Not I. Okay, now that we've settled that.
You can stay behind with Aaron, so we're not like fully split up.
Okay,
I could
so
be
you
back to
guys.
Pat.
Just me and Steve will go then.
Okay, so you and Steve head to
Oh, boy.
the stable. You head outside, picking up your horse from the inn's kind of stable little thingy, and then you head around back because the stable is right next to the inn. Oh God, 1 sec.
This stable has some banging tunes.
Indeed.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna throw a cup underneath the coffee pot.
Unfortunately, this horse stable is going to have some pretty rockin' music and the sounds of a vacuum. So keep that in mind as you
least it'll
sell
be
this
clean.
horse. Oh, it'll be clean. So yeah, you guys head around back where the stable is located right next, almost attached to this inn. And as you walk in the stable, there are a few horses, but the stable seems to be bereft of any owner. But there is a bell hanging on the wall.
I'm gonna delicately ring the bell.
Okay. In a few moments, a door opens in the back. You hear that, and a familiar man, the innkeep, walks into view. Well, howdy, folks. Good seeing you again. You got some business in the stables?
Why, yes, I do believe we do. We have a horse we would like to sell. And
Well, right then. Let me take a look at her. And he takes a fairly short, maybe 10-minute process of looking at the horse and looking at the horse, monitoring its condition, seeing how it is. And he goes, well, this is a mighty fine horse y'all fellas got here. Why are you looking to sell?
It just doesn't quite seem to mesh with our other horses very well.
Oh, I got you there, one of them antisocial fellas.
Yes, it is definitely antisocial.
Well, that's definitely going to drop the price I can offer to you a little bit, but it shouldn't be too bad.
That moment when you're listening and you realize that you could have just told him that we're going across the sea and we can't take the horse with us.
Yeah, but we're not yet, because we're going to have to buy a horse from him.
I can give you 60 gold pieces for it.
60?
Yes. Why, an antisocial horse that's antisocial enough to sell, it's going to be mighty difficult for me to load that off on prospective buyers. I say I could only sell it to some farmers here in town, or perhaps an individual looking to ride alone, but there ain't much of those, what with the dangers around these parts.
Well, you make a compelling argument.
I know. I'm quite educated.
Let's go for 65 and call it a Brian, why do you do this to me? I don't know.
Are you offering 65? You kind of petered off there.
My apologies. But yes, I'm suggesting 65 gold pieces. After all, this is an excellent working horse, even if it is a little antisocial.
Indeed, I see your point. I'll give you 65 for her. And he hands you a pouch of 65 gold pieces as he takes the reins of the horse and leads it into the back.
That was oddly quick.
Now, you fellows also looking to buy a horse?
Well, I suppose we are. It would be it'll be much more difficult for us to get around if we haven't a horse. We do have many miles to go before we get to where we're going.
Well, I've got some fine horses for sale. Or if you're looking to get something on a discount, I got some real messed up ones. If you're interested in another murder horse.
Can I get one without the murder horse?
Oh, fine. Ain't no fun around these parts. People always know why murder horses. This here is a fine beaut. I call it a Shadowfax. It's from a famous book.
I've never heard of it.
Well, that's weird. It's a very famous book.
Can't be that famous if I've never heard of it.
That seems entirely subjective, but I guess so. It'll cost you 75 gold pieces.
That's all.
That's all.
Can I take a look at this horse first?
Of course you can. It is a normal horse. It is white, and it does not have any messed up tendencies. It is a normal light horse.
Oh, so you didn't roll on your table of doom?
I mean, you guys specifically didn't want a murder horse.
I figured you had like contingencies where normal always rolled no matter what.
That would just be
in
mean.
a limited amount.
No, it is a very normal horse with no awesome tables.
It is painfully normal.
It is painfully normal.
He looks at the horse and he's like, "Yep, that's a horse.
That's a horse, all right.
It's a horse."
Well, unless the intern says something, I'm just gonna assume that's a great deal and go for it.
It's the average price. Let's hurry this up. We got a boat to catch.
You hand him 75 gold pieces, and you get the horse. Shadowfax.
I love how he
Uh,
saved our lives and you still refer to him as the intern.
The apprentice. The apprentice that saved our butts when he could have killed us.
The apprentice will
apprentice
soon
boy.
become the master.
This is some
This
Sith stuff.
sounds vaguely concerning to me.
There can be only one.
Yep, there it is again.
Biding his time.
Definitely not Anakin. Oh
I
man,
killed
shit!
them.
I just remembered my name's Luke.
Yeah, I killed them all. Not just the men, but the women and children too. So yeah, you guys buy a new horse and head back to the inn to pick up.
Is that Pearl Jam?
Is what Pearl Jam? The music?
Yeah, it sounds like Pearl Jam in the background.
It is not. It is not Pearl Jam. Or it might be Pearl Jam, but it is not named Pearl Jam, so I assume it's not.
Well, I mean that's Eddie Vedder's famous Caterwaul.
Yep, I definitely know who and what that is. Okay, so you guys head back to the inn and pick up your keepers. And you then head down to the docks.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys head down. You pick up the horses, pick up your peepers, and head down to the docks. The docks are the veritable lifeblood of the town, where farmers selling dried meats and fruits await ships to sell their wares. And currently, the docks are empty. There is no ship currently there. But one of the farmers standing around reassures you, one should be arriving in a few hours' time. Always do. And this is an old woman standing next to a mule and a barrel.
Can we not see sails on the horizon?
I
I think they just have
Don't-
to hang out.
I think it's like, let's see here.
Okay, now we switch to corn. I mean, this is kind of the songs of my high school years, so I'm deeply attuned to that.
Well, that's fair enough. So yeah, you guys, as you listen to the sounds of Korn's greatest hits, you guys,
Freak on a leash.
you guys wait a few hours for the boat.
I don't know.
I think you would be able to see sails in the horizon because it's only like 12 miles out, and I think the human eye can see upwards of like 30 miles, if I remember correctly.
Well, I mean, assuming it's the Earth-sized world, the curvature of the Earth means that from where we are at basically sea level, we can only see like 2 or 3 miles out. But because the sails on a ship rise up like 150 feet above sea level, they're visible for a fucking long distance away.
Okay, yeah, so you would
Unless
be
there's
able to
mist.
see.
Unless there's fog, mist, or other environmental effects.
Okay, there are not, at least not currently. So yeah, you definitely can see some sails about 12 miles out, maybe about 3 hours away.
All I see is a campfire.
I move you. Oh, forgot that you were still there. I always do.
So, my question still stands: why we bought another horse if we're getting on a ship and going Exeter?
You never know. We may need a quick getaway.
Yeah, Yeah.
Can we bring the horses with us?
We established this before. We could,
Yeah.
Oh,
because it's a barge rowboat vessel thing that can house people and cargo.
I think you were taking a galley. The barge rowboat was for rivers. The galley was what was heading on the sea.
I was lied to.
No, you weren't. You.
I was expecting a mothership.
You see a gold vessel descend from the skies.
the aliens
Well,
are
it's
here.
oddly pyramidal. Pyramidal.
Do they have a muffin button?
That is really the most
No,
important
muffin
part,
buttons
right?
don't exist.
Blasphemy.
Now you're just making shit up.
Well, you know what? Your opinion is wrong. So yeah. So you guys are waiting for a few hours, or what are you doing in the meantime?
Is Homlet protected by any sort of guard or military?
You do see some. You do see a few stationed guards. They are dressed in leather armor, but they do not seem to be especially well trained. This is a small farming village, after all, and there might be at best 3, maybe 4 guards in town.
Surprised this place has been taken over by the numerous bandits.
Yeah, really.
If bandits took over this place, ships would stop stopping here, and bandits do also rely on trade and stuff. And you rolled a knowledge local to know that. Good job.
I use my accountant skills to make
Yeah,
more
you-
information.
You use your accounting skills to make sense of the economy of this world, which
Superior
is going
accountancy
to
skills.
which is going to implode on the slightest scrutiny.
Shh.
Yeah, I'm kind of
so-
just for just hanging out.
There's a couple hours. I'm
Head-
just gonna hunt some more materials to make myself another flask of holy oil. Holy water,
Yeah.
not
Isn't
oil.
it-
I
isn't
don't
it
think I
just
can do that yet.
Water? Don't you just need water?
I just buy water, and I have to buy the 25 gold worth of pounded silver. I just bought my
I-
old silver or something.
I guess you could probably find one bunch of that at the blacksmiths. So yeah, you
I
do that.
hope so, or bank or something.
There's no bank in.
Oh.
Well, if there is a bank, it would be
Yeah, just
1 cent.
if nothing else, just go trade my gold into silver that worth
Yeah.
that much, and just pound it into dust, and then just do it.
Yeah, you
like-
could also
like
do
a
that.
Flask of water.
The only bank in town is Carver Mutual, but they don't have that. They wouldn't have that 25 GP of silver.
Harvard Mutual.
I mean, I have 2 hours to figure it out, so it's just do
Yeah,
that.
you figure it out. You definitely do. So you guys waiting for 3 hours. Yeah. So are the rest of you doing anything in that time?
Nah, just relax at a portside eatery and chill out.
Yeah.
Same.
So you guys get some food and do some stuff. And after a few hours, 3 hours to be exact, a large galley makes its way to the docks of Hamlet and start offloading some cargo and start heading over to the farmers to buy some of their supplies and stuff. And so you note that the person that is kind of directing all of this is a large half-orc woman who is standing on the docks directing her subordinates. And she has kind of this mean look to her.
Well, for a minute there, I thought I was almost afraid it was going to be the innkeeper from last night.
Just as free jobs, just teleports everywhere.
You folks looking to sail to Exeter? I run everything in the world. Everything.
Sounds to me.
He's
like
actually
it
one
is
of the gods, just disguised
time
himself.
to approach.
Yeah, he's a god, and he's just messing with you.
God, why?
It's
Why would
me.
you do this to us?
I was bored.
I take it we try to approach. Sound like a plan.
I'm assuming so. Or
Yeah.
I'm not
That's
assuming
what
so.
we're
I'm
here
waiting for
for.
you to do so.
I'm gonna approach the half orc woman.
Okay, you do so. She looks at you expectantly, just kind of waiting.
You wouldn't happen to be heading to Exeter after here, would you?
That's not a Texan accent.
I don't have a Texan accent.
How did that? No, Aaron was actually the innkeeper the whole time. He goes.
Had a ma'am. I'm fixing to get myself to elsewhere on this here fine place.
I'm
Oh
a
my
Texan
God.
boy.
I can't
You
do that.
folks
So I'm
got
actually
some
just gonna
barbecue?
be like, I'm just gonna introduce myself. I'll be like, hello, my name's like good. What is it? Afternoon? Is it afternoon? Is it morning?
Yeehaw, partner. The name's Ian.
Is it morning? Is it afternoon?
I'm dying.
I can't handle
Oh
you
my
guys.
god. It's
Time
about
is it?
12. It's about 12. It's about lunchtime. It's crunch time, lunchtime.
Oh my god, how do you... Okay, now we're in that awkward moment. How would I address that? It's not good morning, it's not good afternoon, it's...
Good day, mate.
Good lunch. Good high
lunch.
noon. You go good high noon, and you shoot her 6 times. Through dead eye.
Yeah, no, don't do that. That's considered to be very
I'm
impolite.
actually just gonna stick out my hand and say, name's Aaron's... I don't even know what my last name is, because I never came up...
Aaron Rain.
Yeah, it's Aaron Rain.
Is that what it says?
Yeah,
Okay.
you put down your name is Aaron Rain on your sheet when I
Perfect.
looked at it.
I'm so creative.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you are. Incredibly so.
Be like, name's Aaron Rain. This here's my group of... What are we, mercenaries? We're not mercenaries, we're like...
Bounty
We're
hunters.
adventurers. Adventuring is a good and noble pursuit.
Yeah,
Okay,
cool. What's
so-
the name of our group? What is it?
Night.
Night,
Mice.
night.
Night mates.
I'm imagining, by the way, that this is exactly how it went down. It was, hi,
Pretty
my name's
much.
Aaron. We are... Wait, what are we again? We're mercenaries? We're adventurers. It's a fine profession.
Name's Aaron Rain. This here is my group. This here is my group of what we go by the Night Mites, and we're trying to acquire
Passage.
passage to Exeter. Man, my vocabularium is low today.
Yeah, you are the perfect person to do the talking for your group. So,
It doesn't
she
matter
kind of-
because the rolls are there.
My apologies.
She
My
kinda-
friend is still trying to sleep off a rough night, if you know what I mean. Now,
Oh, dude.
as he mentioned, we are the Night Mites. We are seeking passage to Exeter. Might you be heading in that direction?
We are, yeah, and you're looking for passage, you should be talking to Rag. He's up on the boat term for the top level of the ship. Deck. He's up on the deck.
Shoot. Rag.
We're all having vocabulary issues this morning.
Yeah, we are.
Words are hard.
Words
Words
are
are
hard.
difficult.
Why, thank you. And then
Much
we proceed onto
obliged.
the deck. Oh my god.
So you
How
guys
did we
head
make
up.
it this far in life?
I
That's a good
really
question.
don't
I
know.
ask myself that question every single day. So you guys head up onto the deck of the ship where you see a full-blooded orc. Most of the crew, by the way, are half-orcs and orcs. And Rag is a full-blooded orc, and he has this kind of like red hat on, and he has these long tusks that extend out of his mouth.
I'm legitimately a half fox. I can't even judge.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
I'm just saying.
just out of curiosity, do the half-orc sailors on this ship call him Daddy?
No.
And
Okay.
Steve looks like he could be in work, so
Yeah. Oh, oof, he looks like he could be a beat up or beat up in the face.
Steve is too pretty to be in orc.
That's
That's offensive to
incredibly
orcs.
offensive to the
That's
entire
offensive
orc
to orcs.
population. That's some brutal racial prejudice. It's a terrible thing to say to any person.
Steve's that guy.
Those poor people.
Approach the orc man.
So yeah, you approach Rag Bloodtusk, and he looks you over. What are you doing on my deck?
We're looking to secure passage to Exeter.
I don't usually take on passengers, but seeing as it's a fairly short journey, I guess I can make the exception. You got any horses?
3.
All right. It'll cost you 100 gold pieces for the lot of you, including your horses.
I will just hand him over 100 gold pieces.
Right then. You'll be sleeping
You're
in the...
going to give him 100 gold pieces and not 10 plat?
Yeah, because 10 plat is lighter. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because it's inside. You make a very valid point. I'll hand him 10 plat.
Yeah. So that's how he knows
It's
that
a
we are fancy and proper people.
Show of authority.
Can you make a change for 10 platinum?
So you hand him the platinum, and he kind of spits on the deck. I don't take platinum. And he drops it back into your hand.
Then I
Gold or nothing, boy. Thank you. All right, then. You'll be sleeping in the crew's quarters. We'll set up a right fine separator for you fancy lads. And, unfortunately, you'll have to deal with some unpleasantries as my crew's not quite accustomed to having passengers aboard. I've got only 2 rules for you as you're staying with us on this here voyage. Don't fuck with my crew, and don't go into the cargo hold.
Don't go into the cargo hold.
But what if we need to check on our horses?
Horses won't be in a cargo hold, lad. They'll be in the horse section of the ship. The hold.
The horse hold.
They just have like a platform off to the side of the ship where the plank is, and there's just horses there.
Yeah, we got the horse plank we do, and that's where we'll keep all the horses. So you won't be needing to head down to the cargo hold to check on them.
Well, I suppose that is a point.
Indeed. So, sir, these terms sound agreeable to you? He says in a mocking tone.
Fair enough.
All right then, we'll leave in a couple hours' time. Make yourselves comfortable. I don't right care. And he walks off to direct some of his crew to do stuff.
You there, crew. Do things.
So if we get attacked
that's
on this journey, do we help them?
We're guests. We don't need to do the work.
Yeah, we're guests specifically so we don't have to do the work. Otherwise, we would have come in and been like, oh, hey, can we sign on your ship as sailors?
We also wouldn't pay. We get paid.
Fair enough.
So what do you guys do in the couple of hours until this here a journey?
Buy some supplies so Aaron can craft on the voyage.
Yep.
Okay. Oh yeah, what's he crafting on this here voyage? I done forgot.
He is
Yes, so did I.
crafting my
Sorry, what did you
suit
say?
of
That's,
horror.
Your suit of horror. Horror. Okay,
Yes.
yeah, so you are crafting the suit of horror. So you guys purchase the supplies needed for that, and wait around on the ship. So do you guys head down into the crew quarters where your section is being set up?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So as you guys head down there, you see that a few of the crew are playing a game on the table there, and they look up to you and go, "Are you lads wanting to join in?"
What are you playing?
Blackjack.
I love blackjack. Sure. I'll join in.
All right. So he starts to deal out. You get your first. Actually, how much you betting?
What?
It's a
I'm
one
gonna look at the
gold
table and
minimum.
see what like the average wagers seem to be.
They seem to be betting anywhere between 1 and 10 gold.
So I'll throw down 5 gold.
So you throw down 5 gold. As you do, make me a perception check.
Can we roll to if we were just watching from the
Very
sidelines?
perceptive.
Yeah, if you're watching just from the sidelines, you can make me a perception check as well.
Very perceptive.
Not much more perceptive.
So, as the dealer is dealing out the cards, Steve and Cadence notice him kind of slip into the hem of his clothing and kind of pull out cards to deal to Aaron.
Do the cards look marked or anything like that?
They look to be the exact same as those of the actual deck.
Well, obviously everything's on the up and up.
Aaron, you get a 7 and an 8 in your hand. Cadence, are you doing anything as you see this?
I'm observing.
Sorry?
I'm just
Yeah, you don't say anything.
observing.
Okay.
This is a,
Um,
that's the most hated number ever. It's like 15.
I know.
It's like, do you hold or do you go? Like, God damn it.
That's the question he asks you. Hold to go.
I'll like tap the table and be like, hit me. 'Cause that's how it works, blackjack, right?
Definitely. That's a 10. That's a bust. You lose. And he reaches
Nah.
for the 5 gold.
Fair enough.
You want to play another?
I know I'm being swindled, but it's all good. I'll throw another 5 down.
Okay. You drop another 5 gold. And once again, you see the exact same thing. Cadence and Steve, that he's reaching into the hem of his rope to deal
Do I
out
get
cards
another-
to Aaron.
Do I get another roll
Yeah,
for that?
I'll give you another perception check for that. Holy shit! And you see it as well. He's reaching into the hem of his robe to deal you out your cards. What you get is a 12. It's a 6 and a 6.
And I'll say hit, and I'll probably get a 10 now.
You get a 10. And he goes, bust. Another one for the house. You want to go again, lad? Bleeding you dry, aren't we?
If he only knew. That's the best part about this is I have mountains of gold.
Yeah, it's basically nothing to you.
I'll be like, damn, looks like my luck's not in today. Thanks for the game. And I'll get
No
up.
worries, lad. Anytime. And as you guys leave the table, you kind of you see them kind of glance at each other and kind of give each other these wry smiles, like.
I'm not here to cause any arguments.
So after playing a hand of a blackjack, do you guys just I assume Aaron starts on a crafting. And the rest of you guys just doing your own thing, like got a book to read, and I don't know what you guys do in your free time. What do you guys do in your free time? Sharpen your sword? Sharpen your fists?
Polish my knuckles.
work out and say demonic phrases.
You're working out your mouth. You're like an opera singer. Oh. Yeah, so you guys do whatever it is that you do in your free time. And during the day's travel, is there anything you guys want to do aboard this ship? Or just wait for the night?
Oh my god, I could have cheated him so hard.
Yeah, he could have, but we needed to keep the crew, friendly and not trying to kill us.
So, anybody doing anything aboard the ship, or just wait for night?
Interesting.
Yeah. So you guys wait for nightfall. So I should explain real quick how the quarters, the crew quarters are set up. So as you walk in the door of the crew quarters, it's the crew quarters proper for everyone who's working on the ship, and then there's kind of this like blanket divider. It's thick enough to so that you can't see through it, but aside from that, it's a blanket, and that divides it into two sections, and so that's where you guys are. And the door is on the side with the crew. So as you guys head to sleep, and about in the middle of the night, can everybody as you're sleeping make me perception rolls?
Oh.
Damn.
That's another 2.
I think you need to clean your glasses.
God damn.
Well, I'm getting new ones soon anyway.
Weird ass rolls. So, I do still think that everybody hears and wakes up to this. So in the middle of the night, if your computer is loud, you might want to turn it down now because I'm about to play the sound effect. It might be pretty loud. But in the middle of the night, you're all awoken to a roar coming from downstairs. It sounds like this.
Sounds like a werewolf.
And it wakes all of you up. You are all awoken in just kind of this shock as you guys spring to life.
That came from the cargo hold, where the captain said we should never go.
I was about to say, we were told not to go to the cargo hold.
Yeah. Well,
Did we, I don't know, ask anyone who's awake if everything's okay or something? Just to check.
yeah, there ought to be a crew awake. Let's check with them.
So are you guys talking to some of the crew inside the crew quarters, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you, what do you say?
I couldn't help but notice there was a terrible roaring, and I wanted to ensure that everything is okay, especially our horses.
Fine, lad, it's fine. Your horses ain't in the same place as that thing. So just, just don't think about it too much. It happens a few times a night. You get used to it right quick.
What is
What
that
thing?
That's none of your business, lads. It's just something we're selling, something we're delivering. Don't you lads worry about it, nothing.
Cadence is going to get really close, and his eyes are just going to, like, glare at him. We're going to worry about this, because if you don't tell us, you're not going to worry about anything ever again.
Ooh, spoopy. Make me a diplomacy.
Intimidation.
No, make me an intimidation check.
Diplomacy.
Jesus frickin' Christ.
That would be 35 as well, because he's within my aura.
Oh boy. He just gets this like supernatural feeling of dread as you get close to him and say that. You go, Jesus, no need to do nothing like that. I'll tell you, it's some sort of It's some sort of base, some sort of. I think he said it was something we cut down in Woolcraft. I can't quite remember. I'm not part of the crew, but they said it was some gorilla type thing. It's supposed to be delivered to Exeter. Don't know much more than that, lad.
Gorilla thing?
Gorilla thing. Well, now I'm really interested.
Is there any way to roll like knowledge checks for this based on
Yeah,
the
I was
roar and the
about to say.
description? And
Gorilla thing.
Make
We had a
me
roar.
Knowledge nature.
Make me a quite difficult knowledge nature.
Ugh. Rough.
Man, what kind of wizard are you?
The kind that could burn inspiration to roll again.
Oh man.
inspiration well spent.
Yeah, exactly. Like, should I use this on a roll where I might die? You know what? No, I'm better than that.
Exactly. Why use it when you need it? That's a
For
silly.
losers.
Yeah.
Is Aaron the only one with knowledge nature?
Yeah, I do not actually have knowledge nature.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, Aaron doesn't. He hasn't really heard of anything like this. He's not quite sure what it is. At least never heard of it.
All I have to say to the man is, I care not what it is as long as it doesn't pose a risk to us.
I shouldn't, lad. I shouldn't. We sailed with it all the way from Woolcraft. It should be fine for another couple of days.
Did he say they captured it?
Captured it, bought it from some locals. What was the difference? We got it down at Woolcraft.
Where is Woolcraft on the map?
It is way the fuck down to the south.
Oh, it's the continent.
it's-
Okay. Yeah, that's a mighty fine way to go.
It is, yeah, it's like 1,500 miles away.
Well, I understand why the captain didn't want us in the cargo hold now.
Indeed. There's no telling what a creature like that might do.
Exactly, lad. Exactly. You wouldn't want to scare it. And he kind of glances, like he kind of takes a quick glance at Cadence, as though he was thinking about Cadence as he said that. But then he remembers what Cadence said to him, and he kind of looks awkwardly at the floor.
Who has access to the cargo hold?
Well, it'll be the cook. He's the one who feeds the damn thing. The coxswain, she kind of takes care of the minutia of what's going down there. And of course, Rag, he can go wherever he wants. He's the damn captain.
Well, I mean, of course.
Cadence is just going to turn his head towards the hat that's still on Aaron's head.
It's not on my head.
Yeah,
That's
I
on
gave
his
it a
shoulder.
I gave it back.
It's on
I
me.
don't need it. We got rid of the horse.
I never heard you say give it back.
He said he gave it back when we were hanging
At
back
the
at the
inn.
hold at the inn. Yeah, when you were selling the horse.
Well, I wasn't there.
That's
Well,
true.
you can see that Aaron looks like Aaron and Naskle looks like a gnome.
He looks at Aaron, gets confused, looks at the gnome. Oh yeah, that's right.
Does anyone else have any questions for the orc?
Nope.
No.
Okay, he gets back into his hammock and gets to sleeping. He's
Forget
shaking
this
slightly.
ever happened.
Or, don't.
Yes, we should tell them things are under control.
All indications are that the captain does have things under control, so we don't need to worry. So I, for one, am going back to bed.
So do all of you guys head back to bed?
Trust the captain.
Aye.
You trust the captain of the ship who swindled Aaron?
Was it the captain? I thought it was one of the crewmen.
It was no, the captain of the crew that swindled him.
I
Pirates, not pirates. They're like dirty crewmates on a ship. Like it's like
They're good, honest orcs who are just trying to make their way in a difficult world.
it's like showing up to a mechanic shop and being surprised that they act like vulgar. It's like,
Or they charge you £1,000 for something that only costs 10.
pretty much.
Well, I mean, if that's what happens, you find a different mechanic shop.
Yeah, but you don't know what a axle is, so you don't know how expensive it is. So they just charge you the correct amount. That isn't the correct amount.
You know what's beautiful about this modern day and age?
Google?
You have Google.
Yeah.
Yeah, but most older people don't know how to use Google like that.
Okay, Google. How much does an axle replacement cost? Oh, they want £1,000 for that? Okay, well.
Yeah. And one day in the future, we'll just be able to go, okay, Google, is this a ripoff? Yeah. This dude's a dirty-ass swindler. It's like, thanks, Google.
Hold on, let me roll a d20.
Yeah, let me roll a d20. Like, wow, Google got a natural 20 on her knowledge local.
You have to tell the truth
her
now. She got on a
appraisal.
20.
Yeah, exactly. I cast Son of Truth. Yeah, the world turns into D&D. I look forward to
That'll be something else.
I guess if nobody cares about the gorilla thing, go to sleep.
Okay.
Trust
You
in the
guys-
captain.
Something
You
goes
guys-
wrong, I will.
You guys
Make good
head
sleep in
back.
shift. Now that we know that there's something awful down there.
Yeah, but I just want to sleep.
I mean, we would hear the crunching of orc bones before it got to us.
Exactly. That's
exactly.
my point.
So we got nothing to worry about. We've got at least a few orcs between us and yeah.
My only potential concern would be if it's like a sentient creature.
Sorry, I'm having some trouble seeing how that's our problem.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Ex-Slave.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, fine. You win this round.
I mean, you're a sentient creature, you were a slave not too long ago. It was like 8 sessions.
Yeah.
It's literally been like a month. Steve's just like, fuck him.
Fuck them.
Yeah, well, yes, I was enslaved. Yes, I got over it.
Rain was also a sentient creature that got enslaved.
Got over it.
I love, by the way, how the chaotic evil boy is the
Hey,
conscience.
Cadence is saying this. This is a play to the characters, like, but the characters don't care about slaves after being one.
That's a good point. Okay, so are all of you heading back to sleep, or is somebody going to keep watch or keep ears?
Steve is just going right back to sleep.
Okay.
So, Steve don't know what the rest of the folks is doing, but Steve, however, has a hammock calling his
Steve
name.
knows what Steve is doing, and Steve is sleeping.
Precisely.
Go to sleep.
Okay, so all of you head to sleep, and you are awoken a few times throughout the night to these roars, and you get a fairly piss poor rest, and you all wake up fatigued.
Oh no.
But aside
See.
from that, nothing really happens during
Set
the night.
conditions. Fatigue. Alright, there we go. Now I'm fatigued.
So yeah, you guys wake up a bit fatigued, but aside from that, no worse for wear.
Oh god, fatigue's horrible. I can't run anymore.
No running for you.
Alright, I think
I can get rid of our fatigue.
I think we need to talk to the captain about his pet project there.
I can get rid of I think all our fatigue.
Do you have 4 uses of lesser restoration, or is it?
I mean, I can prepare 4 uses of lesser restoration. I should be able to. Come on, shade, work with me. Work with me, I said.
It's a pain only having 1 spell a day.
I mean, I can prepare as many uses of it as I want, as long as I don't go over my allotted slots.
Yeah, I was talking about myself. I only have 1 spell a day.
Yeah, I'm gonna burn all my second levels, but I can get rid of the fatigue for all of us.
I think we'll be okay if you don't burn all your second level spells on this.
We were going to see what I still have plenty of first levels. Well, I have a couple of them prepared in case someone needs to get rid of it.
Right.
Actually, no, I can't. I can only get 3 of them. Because one needs to be a domain thing. But I have 2 of them prepared in case we need those.
Alright, so
Could you get rid of mine? It makes my intimidate better.
I can get rid of yours.
Thank you.
I have 1 lesser restoration prepared in case we need that.
Perfect.
Okay, so you guys have your lesser restos and all of your good stuff prepared, and only some of you are fatigued. So what do you guys do throughout the day? You've only got about I think it's about 14 hours left on the journey, something like that. Yeah, about 14 hours left of the journey. Yeah, it's only like a 2-day journey.
I guess we can deal with the roaring thing for 1 more night.
Not even that. You'll be arriving in Exeter at about like 11.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna make trouble.
Okay.
Kate is going to investigate.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend my time on the deck working on my tan.
Okay. For those of you spending time down in the hold and the crew quarters, at least at the start of the day and almost throughout the entire day, although like we're still in the morning, but you do hear the sounds of a whip striking something coming from downstairs, interspersed with roars and the yelling of an Icelandic man.
Why specify Icelandic man?
Because
they are unusual in this part of the world.
There's somebody yelling in the background.
There's no Iceland in this world.
Yeah, there's no
so it's
Iceland.
weird.
It's a weird made-up place.
It is. It is very weird.
It's almost as made up as Finland.
Almost. Almost as made up.
No, Iceland actually exists. That's the difference.
That's what they want you to think.
Oh shit! Fuck! And I just disappear into mist, and you never hear from me again. Just.
I'm gonna go look for where the captain is.
Okay. The captain is on the deck of the ship. He is. I don't know what a captain does. He's like holding a little spyglass, and he's just like looking out, and like even just a few times he just like turns the wheel of the ship. Like, yes, the ship is shipping along quite nicely. I know ships, and doing captain things, yelling at crew people, like, put down the sails, now put them up again. Yes, that's it. Um, and
This is
you
definitely a thing that captains do.
yeah, that's how captains and ships in general work. Yes, row. Now stop rowing. Continue rowing now. So you
Now
find the
roll
captain.
gently.
No, gently, like the sea is sensitive. So yeah, you head up to the captain. Hey lad, what do you want?
I was curious about the roaring last night.
Sorry lad, that's one of our how do you say, business opportunities? One of our business ventures, we should say. Heading over to Exeter with it. Sorry about the roaring, lad. It's a necessity of the thing.
What is it? I ain't heard roars like those before.
Can't. I don't rightly know what they're called, but it's kind of this. It looks quite amazing. It's four-armed with white fur gorilla and eight massive tusks. It's a beast of a thing.
It ain't sentient, is it?
I don't know, and I don't care. It's something. I know it feels pain, that's it.
Wow, that doesn't sound evil at all.
That'd be worth the money for the noise and racket it's making.
Oh, it'll be worth the noise. And don't you worry, the racket ain't been going on these last few months of us traveling. We misjudged how much of the tranquilizer we'd need to keep him out of it. And it's been going like this for maybe about a week. Crew's getting mighty tired of it.
As long as it gets kept down there, it's fine.
Yeah, I think so. It'll be fine. It'll be stuck down there. No worries about that.
You know, it occurs to me that the horses, even if it's not in the same, what's the word I'm looking for?
Area?
Area as the horses, the smell of it is probably riling up our horses.
Nay.
God damn it. I don't know that the first of all, well, yeah, it would probably smell pretty badly, but I think the horses have stables.
It
stables are
probably
clean.
smells like a predator.
That's a fair point, yeah. But yeah, the horses might be riled up, but they're not riled up to a point where it's causing any difficulties. At least not difficulties that are not major difficulties.
Cadence is going to go back below deck and find somewhere out of the way that nobody can see.
Okay.
And then I am going to become the captain.
Oh, wait, did you steal the hat from...
No, I've got the spell.
Oh, yeah, you have Disguise Self. Fancy lad. It is 10 minutes per level. Okay. Yeah, I think you could definitely do that. Does it disguise your voice? Not that you do have a very gruff voice. You have high
I think I
charisma,
already sound
so...
like the captain, so it's
yeah,
fine.
I was about to say. Okay, yeah, so you head down to... So yeah, you disguise yourself as the captain, and then you head down into the cargo hold?
Yes.
Okay, so you head down into the cargo hold. So there is a big open I should probably move you to the incredibly good, well-made, properly made cargo hold map. You'll be impressed by the craftsmanship of this baby. Boy. drop you in here into this quality.
So, how
quality
big is
cargo
this
hold.
ship? Is it as big as a wine bottle?
That is
yeah.
pretty incredible.
It is about as big as a wine bottle. I have forgotten.
How high
I
up
have
off the ground is it? And how
I
tall is
forgot
it?
to enable dynamic lighting, so I am terrible at my job. So yeah, this is where you are. Can't believe I forgot dynamic lighting. Not that it matters too much. So this area of the ship is filled with boxes and crates and barrels of all sorts, and then there are these oak double doors here, and you can hear through these double doors, and it has become much louder now. Is this screaming? It's not doing the guttural roars that it was doing the night before, but you still hear grunting and screaming, and you hear the sounds of you now recognize it as a whip striking flesh. And there is a guard outside of this door, and he kind of looks up at you, sees you, has this kind of look of surprise, and he goes, "Oh, hi, Captain. Is it time for another shift change already? Thought we just did one."
Bitch, I'm the captain. What I say goes.
Some of the lads upstairs pissing me right off. I need to let off some steam.
Oh, I got you there, lad. Go on in. He'll hand you the whip, no worries. And he opens the door, and you head inside. So you head inside this room, and you see this massive cage, and inside of it is this beast of terrible proportions. And it looks like this. Bam!
Oh, it's a Bakara.
Oh, what?
That is what that thing looks like. And inside is a crew member you don't recognize. He is holding a whip, and he is striking at this thing mercilessly.
Seems only proper.
He looks up at you and pauses the whipping for a moment and goes, "Oh, hey, Captain, you want to take a few strikes of this thing?"
Yeah, the lads upstairs are having a bad day, it seems. They keep dropping everything. It's just getting on my nerves.
Bloody idiots. You got raw punishment for them. Maybe a bit of keyhole in there. He laughs sarcastically as he hands you the whip. And he kind of stands by the door, just watching you with a grin on his face. What do you do?
No kill hauling. That just seems like a bit of overkill, really.
Actually, you wouldn't mind checking on our guests, would you? I heard one of them was losing quite well to one of our lads to blackjack last night.
Why does that concern you? You want a cut of the profits? You said everything we earned aboard the ship was ours to keep.
Yeah, but they were throwing around platinum. They probably got even more on them. See what you can get.
I'll take a look. I'll leave it to it. And he starts to head upstairs, and he closes the door behind him. So you are now alone in this room. So the room also has a few barrels and crates, but the cage is taking up most of the space here. What do you do as you are now alone with this thing, with only a guard outside of the door?
I try to speak quietly so that this thing can hear me, but the guy side of the wall doesn't. And I'm going to speak to it in all the languages I know, just to ask it if it can speak.
So it cannot speak any of the languages that you speak, but as you, it recognizes you, and it kind of coils away in fear, but as you start talking to it in a different voice, it kind of looks at you, questioningly, and kind of starts grunting. And it's kind of looking confusedly at you. As you do this,
You call that animalistic grunting?
the guard outside the door, he kind of knocks and goes, "Why, everything all right in there, Captain? I don't hear no whipping. You didn't lose your whip, did you?"
Nah, I'm getting hands on.
Oh, right then. So what do you do? It's kind of kneeling and kind of grunting, and yeah.
Ook, ook.
Waka 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 waka.
Wait, are we playing Pac-Man now?
Waka 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 waka.
Waka 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 waka.
If only I had linguistics. I'm gonna look over the creature, see if it has any sort of markings or anything that seems more intelligent.
Oh, like like tribal markings. So you look it over, and you don't
It
see
looks like it's wearing a
anything
bracer.
on it. But as you are looking it over, you notice that despite having been whipped for at least an hour, if not more, at this point, it has no wounds on it that you can see.
It's not terrifying at all.
So it has at least 1 point of fast healing.
Would it be possible to temporarily turn off a portion of my disguise and then turn it back on after?
I will allow this, but I will have it consume. What portion are you thinking?
Just the head.
I will have it consume, let's say, 5 minutes of the 40 minutes. So let's say it's been about 5 minutes in total. So you will have 30 minutes left if you do that.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay, so you do that, and as your demonic visage shows itself, it recoils and kind of backs away in terror, because you look terrifying.
I mean, he is terrifying.
I'm gonna look over the boxes and barrels, see if there's any sort of food or drink here.
Yeah, you give me a perception check. Yes, so you look over the boxes and barrels, and you see that one of them is filled with salted meats. And you also notice, as you are looking over this cargo hold, that beneath one of the boxes, you see the outlining of a trapdoor.
I'm gonna throw some salted meat to the beast.
It hungrily and with much vigor starts eating it up, and as it does, it makes sounds akin to those that it was making when it was being whipped. But you do recognize joy in its eyes as it's going. But you hear from outside, "Oh, you go, Captain! You let it have it!"
And whilst it's doing that, I'm going to check out the trapdoor.
Okay, so
This crew is kind of weird.
So you lift up the box off of the trapdoor, and you open up the trapdoor, and it reveals a staircase going down into pitch darkness.
I have dark vision.
Into a wooden floor. You'd have to go down further to see more in.
You can see the wooden floor quite clearly.
Alright, I'm gonna motion to the beast to, continue roaring. I don't know how I'd be able to do that, but I could push the crate of meat towards it, couldn't I? Just so it could eat through the bars.
Yeah, you could definitely do that.
Yeah, I'll do that, and try and communicate for it to make noise.
Make me a handle animal check, I think. I think that would be appropriate. Oof. Ooh, man, you are not good at that. So yeah, you attempt to have it make more noise, and it starts kind of making another weirder noise, like and
Captain,
the
is that
the
the gorilla creature trying to get it on?
yeah, the guard yells back like, "Everything okay in there, Captain? Hearing some weird things."
Yeah, it's fine. I think it's getting used to it.
All right then. Might need to switch to Brandon.
It's got fast healing. It'll be fine.
Not emotionally.
All right. I'm gonna go into the trapdoor and see what I can find as quick as I can.
Okay. You head down the trapdoor, and you see that it leads further away. So the ground here is kind of like wet with water. You think that you're probably at the absolute bottom level of the boat at this point. It heads in a bit, and then there's a door. But aside from that, there's really nothing in this kind of section. It's just a kind of a wooden hallway with wet floor, and then there's a door and a wooden wall.
Guess I'll approach the door and see if it's unlocked.
Okay, so you go up to the door and put your hands on it and make the motion to open it, and it's completely unlocked.
I'll put the disguise back onto my head so I look like the captain again and go inside.
Okay, so you head into the door and you open it up into a room filled with people of various ethnicities, seemingly from all over. And as you enter, a few of them kind of look up, and one of them, the oldest, kind of goes over to you and says, "Oh, is everything okay, Captain? Are we almost in Albethane?"
Oh, he's transporting refugees. Or involuntary refugees, I don't know.
Well, we're almost in Exeter.
All right, we can finally get off the boat. That's good to hear. Thanks for the news. We look forward to it. Did you want anything, or will you just let us know?
Are they mostly humans and orcs, or?
Yes, they are mostly humans and orcs. It is they are dotted with a few dwarves here and there, but aside from that, it's mostly humans and orcs and half orcs.
Well, I also just want to let you know when we get in Exeter, we also got some passengers. Just making sure you're not gonna see anything to them.
Oh no, of course not. Of course not. If anyone got wind of this operation, we'd be probably, I don't know, either hanged or thrown out. So, mum's the word here. All right then, Captain. Then I guess we'll get back to it then. And he kind of returns to his group, and they start chatting and playing a few games here and there.
Cadence doesn't know what to think at this point.
Okay. So Cadence stands there in confusion.
I guess.
Steve flips over and works on his tan on the other side.
Yeah. So you'd gotten pretty tanned on your front side, so you turn to your back side and start tanning there. Are you applying any sunscreen?
Did you buy any?
No.
Okay.
You are bright red as a lobster.
Make me a fortitude save.
You have melanoma.
You get
You have
melanoma.
melanoma.
Poor Steve. He died like he lived. No, wait, that doesn't make sense in this context. Okay. Yeah. So you burn a bit of your front side. But aside from that, you get a fantastic tan.
Yeah.
Cadence will ask the person who was talking to him before if they know anything about the one upstairs, because the passengers were asking.
No, Captain. I think you would be better equipped to answer that. You know, we've mostly just been suffering under the noise this past week. It's been quite difficult, but we're getting by. But I think you should probably ask the cook, or maybe Calrex would be better equipped to answer those the questions the passengers have.
It's a goddamn Yeti.
You
It's
sure
a
about that?
Yeti with a horn. With horns, plural. 4 of them.
Looks like a four-armed
It
Yeti.
is beyond. It is beyond Yeti.
It looks like a four-armed Yeti.
It is a Yeti +1.
Yeti +1.
It's a +1 Yeti.
Hold up, this context changes.
Chaos then just shut the door and hurry back up the trapdoor.
Okay, you head back up. Let's say it's been about maybe 15 minutes in total. I think that's fair. So you have 20 minutes left in your disguise. So you head back up, and the thing has stopped making noise, and you notice it's because the barrel is empty at this point. It's just sitting there, looking very, very fulfilled. And you hear a knock at the door, and it's that crew member you sent upstairs. He's going, "You kinda, Captain, said Olaf might have come in."
Give me 5 more, then we'll swap over.
All right, Captain. You just call us as when you're ready. He says, kind of worry in his voice.
I'll make like a crack of the whip.
The beast yelps in anticipation. It yelps in anticipation and fear, and kind of backs off.
Cadence will move the boxes and barrels and trapdoors to where they used to be.
Okay.
And does the cage have any sort of lock, or is it just all just metal bars?
It does have a lock. It looks very sturdy. A lot of the metal bars are bent, and they have a lot of scratches on them, but they seem unbroken, and definitely don't look like any force, at least any force that you have access to, would be able to break them. The bars, that is.
Ah! You just swapped my skills.
Oh, sorry. I'm definitely not looking at your character sheet.
I was seeing if my touch of corruption works on objects. But it doesn't seem to.
No. I would, unless it specifies that it does, I would rule that it doesn't.
Yeah. I don't think negative energy would work either. Well, this beast is probably stronger than I am, so I'm doubtful I'll be able to break the lock if he can't.
I'm sorry, what were you doing? I was busy lowering the volume of Icelandic Christmas music.
I said this creature probably has more strength than I am, so I won't be able to destroy the lock if he can't.
I would say that's a very, very fair presumption, yeah. It definitely looks stronger than you. It has muscles bulging at each of its four arms, almost straining against its own skin.
Are there no keys in this room at all?
It doesn't look like it. And with your perception check carrying over at a fairly involved glance, I would say that no, you don't see any.
I guess I shall just swap over to the other guard, because as his character, I can't break it out.
Okay. Yeah, so you call out to him to come back in, which he does, and you hand him the whip. I'll see. Yeah, and you said you mentioned that you put the barrel back, right?
Yeah, I put everything where it used to be, and I'll make sure he can't see that the meat's been eaten.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so like there were scrapes of meat in and around the cage. Like he probably wouldn't be able to see the meat scraps that were inside the cage, but the ones outside the cage, did you take time to move those around?
Sure.
Like, okay. So say that you have maybe like 10 minutes left at best, and you've been like 7 minutes after you told him it'd be 5, and you call him back in, and he goes, did everything go okay? You enjoy yourself?
Yeah, now I've got to sort out those palookas upstairs.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you come down anytime. Now it's my turn. As he picks up the whip, and he kind of smiles with gritted teeth, and the beast kind of looks towards you and looks towards the whip, and gets this very, very sad look on its face as it realizes what's happening. And you hand him the whip, and you walk out, and you hear the whipping start up again.
On the other side of the wall, are there any keys here?
No, doesn't look like it.
Is the guy I sent up to look at the party come back to the desk or whatever that's down here? You said there was the guy
That's the guy. Yeah, the guard outside of the door, he's just been guarding the door. The guy that you sent up, he came back. He asked if he should come back in, and you told him another 5 minutes. So yeah, he's come back. He's the guy you just handed the whip to.
I'll ask him if he has the keys to the cage or where we left those.
What do you mean, Captain? You usually carry those. Are you okay? You seem a bit out of it.
I've just not been getting sleep. These new passengers keep asking me questions.
Oh, I got you there. And it doesn't help the bloody thing won't shut the hell up. The crew's been quite antsy about it. Well, you go up, you get yourself some rest.
I shall go to a secluded place and turn off the disguise.
Okay. Yeah, you do so. You head to a secluded place where you're certain nobody can see you, and you turn off the disguise. And what do you do?
I shall bring the information to the party members in secret.
If you specifically say you want to talk to us without anybody else hearing, and I can cast silent table.
Sure.
Okay, so you gather up the crew, and you guys head back to your quarters, I guess, and cast silent table to prevent anyone from hearing, and then you share the information that you learned.
Oh, what's your assessment of the situation? Doesn't sound like he's traveling slaves or anything.
Now, the people on the very bottom seem to be more like
refugees or just the unwanted capes. But that beast, well, either there's a collector in Exeter, or he aims to. Maybe the bandits want it for something. Looks to be the strong type.
As he is sharing this with you, can you guys make me a knowledge local?
That I can
Aha.
try.
I can't.
No.
Wow, that's right. Yeah, Steve, you know that there is a fairly popular gladiatorial arena in Exeter.
We could hang back once we get there and try to follow where it goes.
Well, I imagine it's being sent to the pit there.
The pit?
It's a arena for gladiators, for individuals who wish to prove their prowess against terrible monsters. It's all quite on the up and up.
Well, it makes sense why they would be hauling this thing all the way south up there then.
Bullcraft.
Bullcraft, yeah.
I've heard that they offer quite a fair amount of money for people who can bring in the most terrible creatures for the arena.
Did it like it was intelligent or understanding?
It had enough intelligence to understand what I wanted it to do.
Well, yes, but so does a horse. Except for that one horse.
Yeah, you don't whip your horses, do you?
Well, I suppose when you really need to get a point across.
How long did we have left of this journey?
About 13 and a half hours.
So at least one, like, wait, no, what time is it?
It's morning. It's maybe like
Morning, so
8:30.
We should be arriving in the evening.
Yeah, you'll be arriving at about 11, maybe 12, in Exeter.
I have access to spells that lets me understand different languages, but don't have it prepared today. We would have to follow and wait around to see if there's anything to understand there.
Yes, but
that's what we want to do.
we do have to remember that we are here at the bequest of the Baron.
To kill bandits.
Yes, but I've seen nothing to indicate that these gentlemen are bandits.
Closer to smugglers.
Yeah, whatever that creature is, they're trading it to somebody.
And, well, if we do find out that it's intelligent that they're enslaving it, then what? Can't really just release it in the middle of the day?
Oh no, that would be that would be quite
Wait, what?
impolite. Be very impolite to set a creature like this loose on a otherwise unsuspecting populace. And besides, I'm really just not convinced that these gentlemen are bandits.
At least they're probably not the bandits we're here to look for.
Does Aaron have nothing to say? Great input.
I don't know what it is, so it's like is it worth
We had some nature checks.
is it worth us throwing our nose in the way? Well, I guess maybe I can do a nature check now that I have more information. Eh?
Yeah, I can give you a description of all of it.
Eh?
Use.
Sorry, I was doing important things.
Now
What
that
did you
we've
say?
discussed and we have more information on what this creature looks like, might I be able to
Yeah.
use nature again?
Yes, I will allow you to reprise your knowledge of nature. So you've heard of this thing, you know very little about it, but you remember a description of these types of things from a book you read in wherever you studied, I don't know where. And it sounds like this is a Gurion. I'm sorry, a Girayon? No, Gurion.
That's a long
And
name.
they are-
Gurion, not Gurion, Golion, Gurion.
God damn it. A Gurion.
It's traditional.
Yeah, they are amongst the jungle's most dangerous predators, aggressive, carnivorous, highly territorial, and incredibly strong. And then, yeah,
But not particularly intelligent.
no, not really.
Not particularly nice either, from the sound of it.
Really depends. It's an animal. It's a wild animal, but
Anything can be tamed.
anything can be tamed, and anything can recognize somebody who treats it well, compared to the whip.
We don't need to add a pet murder monkey to our retinue.
Why not?
Well, I mean, to start with, imagine the size of the crafts that thing takes. Who's gonna want to clean up after that? Not me.
We travel through woods. We don't exactly have to clean it up.
Yes, but what about when we're in the city?
There are holes for that kind of thing.
Is it already housebroken then?
The Scully just said they can prepare a spell to talk with it.
Well,
I thought those kind of spells only really worked on things that were already, intelligent.
It is specifically for a language.
Is it tongues, share language, or what?
Well, there's share language and comprehend language.
I'm sure. Can you cast share language on that so it can speak common?
Ooh, that's
That's a good question.
Good question.
It's creature touch, so you could make him understand common and speak it.
Target can read, understand, and communicate to the best of its ability in any one language,
Yeah.
which you already know.
Yep, you could definitely do that. You could definitely share language with this thing.
Just share common with it so we could understand all of us. If that's something we want to do.
You could definitely do that, yeah.
The target must have the physical capacity to articulate sounds, make gestures, or engage in whatever other method speakers of the language use to communicate with each other in order to actually
it has
converse.
a mouth.
It has a mouth and vocal
so, yeah,
cords.
If the
It
target
can
lacks the
do
mental
that.
capacity to grasp an actual language, it still gains enough knowledge to respond to and carry out even extremely complex commands or suggestions coached in the language, whether written or spoken.
I'm just imagining that it works basically like Speak with Animals, but it's for the cleric, and it's costing you a higher level spell.
It's a second level spell.
Yeah.
So if potty training is really what you want, we can have the Scully teach it. And hey, it's another person to help you grapple things. It's also a workout buddy. They can spot you.
Oh my god.
You do make a compelling argument.
It doesn't make it intelligence, it just has a better vocabulary. It's still a beast.
Still gonna be kind of dumb. Alright, so we're gonna try and break it out or just buy it off of the captain.
buy it? How much would one of these go for?
I don't know.
Probably a lot.
Can I use my
100
accountant
what?
skills?
Sure, make a profession accounting roll.
You make it sound like a joke.
It's an actual thing.
Yeah.
No, you're not. You're not.
Your accounting
you're
skills
not
are pretty bad.
entirely sure.
I have +4 more than you'll ever have. Because you can't roll it.
Got there. No, your accounting skills unfortunately don't help you in this specific situation. You're not entirely
Appraise?
sure what to go for. Sure. Make me an appraise check.
I don't know your accent, but
No,
sure.
yeah. I think appraise would be.
I could roll
It
high.
would be a fairly.
I rolled the same as you
Nah.
did on your previous.
You're all terrible at what you do. And you have no idea.
I have rolled below 4 this entire night.
Yeah, it's been rough. I think you've had 2
Well,
natural ones as well.
At least one,
Unfortunate.
but I haven't rolled above a 4 tonight.
So
I mean,
you're
if
not-
you want more time on the boat, we could sabotage the boat to make it slower. Initiate a brawl underneath
I
the
mean,
deck
if
where all the
that-
people come down to fight each other. We can hit the sail with something.
Is that at all a better idea to free the beast here on the boat in the middle of the ocean? Or in the middle of a city full of people?
But depends how you feel about the orcs. They've been spending a lot of their time just whipping this thing for the pleasure.
Yeah, they're just, yeah. I mean, I'm not cool with the whole just whipping it because why not?
Probably for like submission sake, because didn't the, I mean, if that is if Cadence told us about this conversation with the captain, they ran out of tranquilizer.
Yeah, but you don't just whip a thing.
I mean, no, I don't say it's right, but like it's not just for fun. There is a
It was
Purpose for it.
just sitting there when I wasn't whipping it.
because someone was just whipping it. I mean, they
So-
also do it for the pleasure, but it's not just for the pleasure. That's what I understand. I mean, they're still horrible people, but you know,
They are.
I mean, if we're not going to do anything for this thing, it's just going to probably go into the arena. Either die in the arena or just live in the arena forever to fight things.
I thought your guy was evil.
You don't know that.
Maybe
Also,
he
you
is,
can
maybe
be-
he isn't.
Also, you can be evil and still care about animals, but like
You don't know
then
why
you
I
go
want this
and
thing.
kill. Yeah, exactly. He could want to kill orphans.
Touche. You're trying to murder us all. I understand.
Yes, after saving you all in the
If you
encounter, I
wanted
could
to
easily
do that,
killed
he
you.
would already done it.
He's-
He's the worst. He's the worst murderer ever. He's like an easy opportunity. No, I have a better plan. I will recruit a gorilla to my party.
It's all
Get it
about
onto
the
my
long-
side, and eventually we'll strike. It's genius.
It's all about the long con.
Yes, the long con.
You can't
The
just
terrible
kill.
long
You
con.
can't kill them outright. You have to destroy them emotionally.
you have to
and
make
then
sure
do
they
first.
know it was him all along.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. If we would have died there, we would have known we died to a Cyclops,
He would
right?
have just never woken up. Yeah, we just thought we
So-
lost because of the beast, and there was
He
nothing
needs to
nobody could do.
completely destroy us mentally and stab us in the back so that we suffer that terrible, terrible, heart-crunching defeat.
I think
But only
someone
after he
is
becomes-
just racist against tieflings.
But only
Yeah, I
after
think-
he
I think-
becomes great friends with us. Like he's
I
gonna
definitely
become
think
like,
there's some
bestie.
racial prejudice going on here. Like, did a tiefling beat you when you were a child? Right? Is that what
No.
happened?
no.
No. No. So what's the plan here? What do you guys want to do?
I mean, if you guys want to do it on the boat, in the city, or not at all, I have some plans for what we can do on the boat to stall it. Alright, Cadence goes off to kill every
If
orc.
we
Yeah, like, do
If we
y'all
do
want to
it-
work for it, or like?
If we do it on the boat, then also comes the question on how we're going to dock, because sounds like these people already have contacts waiting for them. And if their ship arrives with wrong crew or no crew, like what happens then?
People are probably going to have some questions for us if people don't get off the boat.
Yeah.
We can say the creature killed a lot of people and it swam away.
Something happened and blah blah
And
blah.
what do we do with the
we
creature?
almost died.
You have a hat of disguise.
It's a large creature.
Oh my god,
Doesn't
that's
matter.
fucking great. You can
It's
disguise
kind
it
of-
as a horse. Or
There are
like,
there are large
Well, I mean,
sentient creatures.
You can't disguise yourself as different type. Like say if it's a monstrous humanoid or something, it has to be a monstrous humanoid. It can only change subtype. And size for like 1 foot.
Yeah, it still stay large, just changes to a different subtype. Doesn't have to be whatever it is.
What
now.
is what
It's just a
type is
big
it? Like what
person.
options do we have for a
It's a magical
creature
beast.
like that? Yeah, like what
Oh, that's a
magical
lot of
beast
options
is-
actually.
You can make it an owlbear. You can make it a bad wolf.
I feel like
Um,
getting an owlbear off would not be any better.
Yeah, like what
blink
which suddenly we
dog.
have this different magical beast with us, and
We can just put a leash around its neck, make it an owlbear, and just say it's my pet. It seems to like me.
Okay, well, you discuss this. I have to use the bathroom now, guys. So
I get to grab some more coffee myself. I'll be back in a minute.
good timing, guys. Great timing.
So, Cadence goes to kill the orcs because the other people are taking a bathroom break. I mean, if they're going, I might as well go as well.
Don't kill the orcs. They're not bandits. They're just misguided.
Okay.
Just a timeout. I'm gonna grab a drink if everybody else is going.
Yeah, let's take a 5-minute break, and we'll meet back in 5 minutes. How about that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I am back, and I have coffee that was fresh an hour, 3 hours ago, 2 hours ago.
We're
Whatever.
taking a 5-minute break, so everybody else is getting drinks and food and stuff.
Coffee, 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 coffee.
Back.
Alrighty-roo, I do believe everyone is back in that case. I think we were still discussing your plans for what you wanted to do.
Yes.
Well, Cadence wants to just kill everybody.
No.
No, I'm not
That
really
was-
feeling that.
That was a joke.
What? I don't know if this plan's a good one. New plan?
Like, yeah, do we want to do it on the ship or in Exeter? And like, what happens after in each case? Are my main questions.
You know, I don't know if it's really worth.
You don't want a fifth member? Fifth member,
Well,
you don't
does
have to pay?
does any one of us have to handle animal to actually tame that thing?
You can just talk with it.
Yeah, if you use the spell to speak with it, you can diplomize or I guess intimidate it, but I don't know how well that's gonna go.
You do what I say or no dinner. Eat your greens.
Will we ever be able to enter a town again?
I mean, you're walking into towns with a tiefling. I'm like the worst of the worst on the list.
I mean, the list does preclude monsters, like actual real life monsters. But like if you say like it's tamed and you show that it's tamed, like you might have a bit of trouble, but I mean, they let you into towns and they do let tamed like owl bears and tamed shit into towns, but it'll be a pain whenever you go to a new town. And you could also, if you have it like, if you have a good enough rapport with it, you could just leave it outside of town.
Chain it up to a tree. Give it a bowl of water.
Yeah, basically. Well,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
chain it up to a tree. It